Hello, everyone. So glad you're back to Mary's little house. It's sort of a dreary day and rainy and cold, or bone chilling. Oh, when the furnace comes on and the heat comes up through the radiator in the floor there, it's like God loving us. I always think of the invocation of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, the litany, burning furnace of charity. So when the furnace is downstairs, it's burning like Jesus' heart is burning furnace of charity, his warmth, his love for us. That's a good reminder. That's a sacramental. Furnaces are a sacramental. Radiators where the heat comes through as a sacramental, reminding us, reminding me, I hope maybe you someday too, of Jesus' heart, burning furnace of love. Today is a feast of Saint Martin de Tours, religious. Saint Martin de Tours, religious. And we had the privilege, Cindy and I, with the ministry, to go on pilgrimage to Lima, Peru, where Martin de Tours lived and worked and ministered. By the way, he was a real good friend to Saint Rose of Lima too. We got to visit both their tombs and pray there and bring back many holy and happy memories from our visit in Lima, Peru. We got this statue here of Saint Martin de Tours. I'll tell you more about it, but let me just describe the statue since you'll be looking at it during the YouTube. This is from Lima. In fact, we got a statue in the hallway, right, just a few feet away. It's almost life size. On the pedestal, it comes up to my chin or something, but it's got a pedestal, about a 5-inch pedestal too. So we really have Martin de Tours around here. This is a neighborhood. Our Centerville and East St. Louis are mostly black people. Well, St. Martin de Tours was a mulatto or mixed race. His father was a Spanish nobleman, and his mother was a black woman, a slave. But I think, and she was free. She was a free one, but she was originally a slave. And he's always pictured with a broom. Look at the broom in his hand there. He did menial labor. At the monastery. He was a Dominican brother, a religious brother, and his father, who was a nobleman, resented the fact that he would have to do the sweeping and the sweeping and the menial tasks in the monastery. After a while, he got used to it. He thought it was below his dignity because he was a son of a nobleman as well as the son of a former slave. Anyway, he did it. He worked hard. He was phenomenal. His focus on work. When I read his life, I just really admired that. I hope to work that way. But he had vigor and he got things done. When you're in love with God, you just stay fixed on pleasing God, and he sure did. He used all his strength and might to please God and in service of his community, a Dominican community, and the service of others, rich and poor alike, especially the poor, especially the black slaves. He really helped them. Oh, let me just show you before I set this down, before I drop it, really. It's beautiful. There's a little cat. I don't know if you can see the cat, and then there's a little tiny mouse. You can't really see it. It's gray. But they're drinking from the same bowl. I'll show you something else we have with that theme. The cat and mouse, he told the mice one day who were in the cupboards in the pantry, says, I'll feed you, but you got to go outside and don't ever come in here again. And so the mice never came in the pantry again, but stayed outside and ate from the cat's a natural enemy, ate from the cat's a bowl. There's a dog over here too. It should be chasing the cat. There's a dog you see over here. It should be chasing the cat. But the idea is, and these were real things that happened, with the mice eating with the cat, the dog, getting along with the cat. The idea is that he brought people together, the rich, the slaves, the poor, the nobles, the outcasts all together because of his love. That was the way he brought people together. And he teaches us. He's a patron of social justice, patron of racial justice. But he didn't do it in a formal way, but just by bringing people to he just loved everyone, and everyone loved him. He had a state funeral. A mulatto. They were looked down on. The mixed race was looked down on, and in fact, his father was so ashamed of him. His skin was so black. He didn't even have he did not claim his paternity. In the baptismal book, he said, when we have a person whose father is unknown, we say father unknown, and that's so he had to bear that stigma of illegitimacy. But later on, his father reneged on that and did a lot of good things. Made sure he got a good education. He was educated as a barber and hyphenated doctor. He helped a lot of people. One man was going to lose his leg. The doctor was ready to cut his leg off, amputate, and Saint Martin said, "Let me handle this. Let me take care of him." And he got him back to healing and back to health, and he still had his leg. Martin was a real good doctor, and everyone came to him. And he was also he also healed too, which is the spiritual part. He healed. He was known. He's holding the crucifix. He loved the cross. He did very severe penances, more than I could ever do. My penances are the daily duties and the teeny weeny things, putting up with myself first of all, and with others who might have a problem or whatever. So anyway, it was very hard times. And his spiritual was called to do these kind of very severe penances, like flogging, whipping himself, and all those things to blood, so people would come together and stop fighting and hurting each other. He made reparation. Oh, there's another little bird. You see the dove there too. The doves he loved, like St. Francis, the nature. He had a communion with him. When you're in love with God, everything is in sync. There's like a Garden of Eden around you, where everything lived together. The lion with the lamb, the cat with the mouse, the dog with the cat, and things like that. Because he brought that harmony, and he brought that harmony to the human family, to the people around Peru where he lived. So anyway, that's St. Martin de Porres. Okay, and here's what we have on the big statue in the hall there, on the pedestal. I found it in a thrift store, and I just loved it. And it's just what's St. Martin de Porres. Look, this is a basket, like a cat basket that they sleep in, and this is the cat. They see the cat. He's sleeping there, and he's all curled up on this nice Scottish-looking blanket, and look what's curled up inside him. Now, look if I get to see this one. There's a little mouse. He's all curled up against the tummy of right there. That's a mouse, and he's just asleep. His little legs are up, and he's holding his little tail there without any hair. The tail right here, and just as happy and vulnerable, just at peace with the cat and the mouse. So we have this little basket with the cat on the foot of Saint Martin de Porres statue that we have in the front room, or when you come in the front door, in the hallway, in the foyer. Okay. See the rose. I picked that. Yesterday when we went to Mass at the shrine of the National Shrine of Our Lady of Snows, they had 10,000 roses, and out of that 10,000, I got that one for Cindy. She loved. This is a color she loved, pink, and it's just so beautiful. And I got it out of they were throwing them away already, and I had to get the big front loader. Had all this big, holding all the roses to throw in the woods, and I got that out. And I got some other roses. I've been giving them out to the poor here in Centerville, and I said, get a rose for your honey, and they love these roses too. So I still got some more in the bucket. We'll be giving them out. Oh, okay. Well, oh my God, I can't believe that's time thing here. These are words of introduction to become my words of the actual presentation. So all is grace. So he personified that. Everything he did for the love of God. And when you do it for the love of God, your actions are fruitful when you're doing in union with God, when you're responding to his love. Everything becomes fruitful. Everything becomes beautiful. The ugly turns to beauty, to the people who are hurt, mad, and everything. When we love them and we let them, we don't return evil for evil, but good for good, good for evil. When we forgive them, they soften too. Jesus even taught us how to do it, like he did. He had many Saint Martin de Porres. He had many people who were prejudiced and insulted him and were arrogant. Oh my goodness, they thought they were better than everybody else. Oh boy, did they live in their own world. Oh no, he loved everyone. He didn't put down anyone, and he accepted them, and he brought. Like I said, here's a religious, a poor religious, a Dominican, getting a state funeral. You know what, like a president or the head of state, because he was so loved by all the authority and by the little people. My God, they crowded in, and because they identified with his broom. By the way, the broom, when we were there, that was one of the sacramentals too. I have the vacuum cleaner right next to his statue. I says, that's my broom right there. We have the modern broom, but he has a regular, that kind of broom with the whiskey, with the straw broom there. Anyway, that's Martin de Porres. Aren't we lucky to have these wonderful saints to teach us to love God with all our heart and to see the beauty that it brings and the goodness it brings to everyone that's in our circle, and it ripples out throughout the whole world, our love, because it's the love of Jesus shining through our broken humanity. God bless you now. Have a wonderful day.